Dear learners, I, Dr. Navajit Deuri, Deputy Director, Directorate of Archaeology, you are welcome to this session of archaeological monuments, memorial and fortification, especially scattered in Assam. So, before going to describe the archaeological monuments, I just mention its legal provision. What is the definition of monuments? As per the Ancient Monuments Preservation Act 1904 defines monuments as ancient monuments means any structure, erection or monument or any tumulus or place of interment or any cave, rock sculptures, inscription or monolith which is of historical, archaeological or artistic interest or any remains thereof and includes the site of an ancient monument, such portion of land adjoining the sites of an ancient monument as may be required for fencing or covering in or otherwise preserving such monuments and the means of access to the convenient inspection of an ancient monuments. Before describe about the archaeological monument of Assam, I just try to mention the cultural chronology of this state. What is cultural chronology? Cultural chronology is the scientific ordering of past human cultures and societies in timeline using archaeological evidence, historical records, and dating methods to understand the development, evolution, and changes over time, like organizing of stone, bronze, and iron ages by tool materials. It is a framework to see how societies adopted, interacted, and progressed, revealing human history's tapestry. So, this is the cultural chronology of Assam. We can divide the cultural chronology of Assam into three different periods, that is prehistoric, historic, and medieval period. In prehistoric period, we may consider Neolithic, megalithic, basically Neolithic and megalithic monuments. In Neolithic period, we may mention about the Daujali heading, a Neolithic site located in the Dima Hasao district, excavated by T.C. Sharma of Guwahati University during 1963 to 67, which is dated 2700 BP. This is the oldest OSL dating so far found in Assam. Then in megalithic remnants, we may indicate Nonjirong, Tapat, Mupur, Rongali sites in West Karbi Anglong districts, which are stylistically datable to 2000 BP. Then another megalithic remnants are stone burial jars at Dima Hasao district, which are also datable to 2000 BP. In early historic period, we may consider Surya Pahar. Surya Pahar's rock cut stupas are very unique archaeological artwork of Northeast India. This can be resembled with the rock cut stupas of Nashik, Karle, Bhaja of Maharashtra area, which are purely production of 1st century BC to 2nd century CE. After that, we may consider the Ambari findings. There is a Chunga terracotta beads, which is stylistically datable to 1st century BCE. In early historic period, we may consider rock inscription at Nagajuri Khonikor Gao in Golaghat district, Borganga rock inscription in Karbi Anglong district. In Gupta contemporary, we may consider the door jump of Dorporbotia, which is 6th century CE as per stylistic point of view. In Barmana dynasty, we may indicate the Umasal rock inscription, which is datable to 4th century CE. After the Salasambha dynasty's they have constructed numbers of great structures in Assam, especially in Tezpur area. The remains of Sarastama dynasties are Singri, Bamuni Pahar, which can be datable to mid of 7th century to mid of 10th century CE. In Palo dynasty also constructed numbers of archaeological monuments in Assam, namely Madan Kamdev, Pingoleswar, Jaljoli, Sandormerghar, etc., which can be datable to mid of 10th century to early 12th century CE. Then Kosai dynasty also erected numbers of monuments in Kasamari Pathar, Maibong, Khaspur, Bodorpur, etc., which can be datable to 13th century CE to 16th century CE. Then Sutias also built a numbers of monuments, especially in Hodia region, namely Protimagor, Podumpukhuri, Borpukhuri, Burabuhithan, which can be datable to 12th century CE to 14th century CE. Then Koch dynasties, Koch also erected numbers of monuments in Haju area. They also built a great Kamakhya temples, which can be datable to early 16th century CE to 17th century CE. Then Motoks in Upper Assam has also constructed numbers of tanks, fortifications, etc. Followed by Ahom, the great Ahom also built numbers of towns, cities, establishments in presently Shivsagar, Soraidao districts and other parts of Assam, which can be datable to 13th century CE to 19th century CE. After that, after falls of Ahom, the colonial British has ruled over this region. They have also constructed numbers of heritage buildings, namely heritage bungalows, bridges, memorial, etc. Now I am going to describe about the memorial stone. What is memorial stones? There are varieties of memorial stones. One type is heroic memorial stones. Across India, communities have long commemorated honored with memorial stones. These hero stones are carved slab or pillars raised in respect of people who died heroically. They typically depict the fallen warrior in battle or symbolically represent their sacrifice. For example, studies in Karnataka identify dozens of hero stones categorized by the hero's death. Common themes include a hero kill in warfare, those who defended villages or cattle from raiders, hunters killed by tigers or wild boars, and even women who died by self-immolation, sati, or religious suicide. These stones often feature scenes of fatal event or symbol of the afterlife, such as detail of appears carrying the soul to heaven. In short, memorial stone commemorated an act of bravery that usually ended in the hero's death. In the battle, protecting livestock, defending women, or facing wild animals. This is an example of hero stones erected in the river bank of Tunbhanga in Hampi area. Next is type of memorial stones. Number one, heroic context. Most hero stones honor soldiers or villagers who died in combat or defending their community. Number two, protecting cattle. Men killed while saving livestock from thieves. Number three, hunting feats. Some mark those killed in combat with wild beasts, tigers, boars, etc. during hunts. Number four, sati and self-sacrifice. Other memorial sati stone or sati girls honor women who immolated themselves on their husband's demise or devotees who died performing vows. This is one of the memorial stones. Priest worshipping linga in above. In middle, the hero accompanied by four satis. Middle. Northeast India memorial traditions. The indigenous cultures of Assam and the Northeast have their own commemorative monuments. For instance, the Karbi people of Assam erect standing stone over the graves of their notable dead. A traditional Karbi funeral for a great man involved placing a tall upright stone, longsong, alongside a flat slab, longpak, at the burial site. Likewise, some Naga and Khasi groups use carved wooden posts or stone pillars to mark graves or honor ancestors. This is a Garu timber memorial in Meghalaya, West Garu Hill districts. This is the Mizo wooden memorial monuments, Samphai district in Mizoram. Royal and regional tombs. In the Ahom dynasty, funeral memorials took the form of large earthen or brick mound called moidam. The royal family's necropolis at Saraido contains about 90 moidams and was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site during 2024. This hollow vault of brick art contain the remains of kings, queens, and nobles, along with rich grave goods. The spiral arrangement of Saraido moidams set into hills, woods, and water created a sacred geography that reflects Tayahum's funeral rituals. This is the picture of a moidam. Now I am going to tell about some prominent World Heritage monuments in India. This is the world famous Rani Ki Bhau, Queen's Staple at Pathan in Gujarat. This is the Red Fort complex. This is also a World Heritage monument. This is the temple architecture of Hoysala. This has been also included as a World Heritage monument. This serial property encompasses the three most representative examples of Hoysala style of art in southern India, dating from 12th to 13th century CE. The Hoysala style was created through careful selection of contemporary temple features and those from the past to create a different identity from neighboring kingdom. This is really very beautiful artwork. They have created very beautiful artwork in the temple right from bottom to top. They have created such a beautiful sculptures, beautiful deities, beautiful gods, demigods in their temple so that it comes a lively environment in the temple. It created lively environment in the temple. So this is one of the most artistic expression of Indian art tradition of South India. Group of monuments at Hampi. Hampi is one of the largest archaeological site of India. It was capital of large Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagar. Its fabulously rich princes built Dravidian temples and places which own the admiration and travelers between the 14th to 16th century, conquered by the Deccan Muslim in 1565. This is the Kakatiya Rudraswara temple, popularly known as Ramappa temple in Telangana. This is also recently inscribed as a World Heritage Site. This is the archaeological site of Nalanda Mahabhira at Bihar. This is also a very large archaeological site inscribed in the list of prestigious list of World Heritage, UNESCO World Heritage Sites. This is the Mahabodhi temple complex at Goa. The Mahabodhi temple complex is one of the four holy sites related to the life of Lord Buddha and particularly to the attainment of enlightenment. The first temple was built by Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BC, and the present temple dates from the 5th to 6th centuries. It is one of the earliest Buddhist temple built in entirely brick, still standing in India from the late Gupta period. Maratha military landscape of India. The popularly includes 12 major fortifications, mostly in Maharashtra state, with one in Tamil Nadu. These forts such as Raigad, Shivaneri, Sindurg were built, adopted or expanded by the Marathas between the late 17th and early 19th century. Strategically located on coastal and mountainous terrain, they form a complex defense system supporting Maratha military dominance, trade protection, and traditional control. This network played a key role in the Marathas' rise in a major political and military force. This is the picture of Moidams. The mound burial system of Ahom dynasty has been inscribed as a World Heritage Sites during 2024. This is the only cultural World Heritage Sites of Northeast India. The Saraido is famous for the burial ground of Ahom royal families. In Saraido, there are total 90 numbers of moidams in various sites and shapes. Moidams were basically constructed by earth and later period, bricks and lime mortar were used. There are numbers of such kind of burial tradition prevalent across the world, but Saraido Moidam has some specific uh, criteria. Number one is the living tradition. Still, Ahom priest performs various rituals like Medam Mefi, then Banfi, then Puralong tradition, which are related to ancestor worship. So this is one of the criteria of all UNESCO World Heritage criteria, the living tradition. Then architectural marvelance. The Moidam has 5 distinct architectural segments. Namely socially, then Ga Moidam, then inner vault, and surrounded by a dark brick wall. So, which is our unique architectural features, unique architectural marvelous. So, these 2 criteria has been considered for inscribe the Saraido Moidam as a World Heritage Sites. So, this is a pride of not only Assam, it is a pride of India. So, the Ahom royal burial system has been recognized in worldwide. This is the first project. So far, a state government or a state directorate has been completed in the help of ASI. So this is the first kind of this example. Now I am going to describe some prominent monuments of Assam. This is the Sri Hargriva Madhav Temple, Haju, still standing, one of the rare standing temple in Assam, built during the Kush period. This is the Kamakya Temple, world famous Kamakya Temple. The Kamakya Temple is situated on the Nilachal Hill in Guwahati. It is the most revered center of tantric practices and is the biggest Shaktipitha in India. This temple was reconstructed by Naranayana, the Kush ruler. It was later renovated by Ahom rulers in several times. This is the Kasari ruins in Khaspur. This double-storied edifice with 12 doors opening and covered by Sarsala roof is popularly called Baroduri. The door opening are provided with arches which represents the influence of Islamic architecture. There was a provision for a staircase leading to the upper story, which can be seen on the southern side of the structure. This is also another Kosari monuments. This is Rock Cut Temple at Maibang. This kind of solitary example in entire Northeast India. This is Tolatal Ghor. This is the monuments of Ahom. Situated on the bank of Dikho River, Tolatal is the largest among the Ahom monuments. It was originally constructed by Sorgodo Ruddohingo of wood and other locally available materials. However, the present edifice of brick masonry was built by his successor Sorgodo Rajeshwar Singha. This is the beautiful brick built Ahom Raja's palace at Gorgaon. This was constructed during the time of Sorgodo Rajeshwar Singha. This is Ranghor, Shivsagar. This is one of the beautiful Ahom monument, a double-story building constructed by Pramotta Singha. This building was created for watching various games by families of royals. This is the Ghanshyam House of Shivsagar. This is one of the best architectural example of Ahom architecture along with Islamic architecture. This monuments was built by Ghanshyam Khonikar. This is Joydal of Shivsagar. This is also a beautiful Ahom monuments. Now, the next part is fortification. What is fortification? Ancient fortification are the structures designed primarily for defense against attacks from rival groups or hostile entities. These fortifications range from simple temporary barriers like field fortification or to more complex permanent structures such as castle, walls, moats, etc. The ancient fortification of Assam, basically constructed from earth, timber, stone, and bricks, reflects region's strategic military warfare and geopolitical significance. Geographically, Assam is located in a strategic location for which the fortification was often built with collaboration with natural barriers like hills, rivers, marshes, etc. Various dynasties, kingdoms of Assam has created a numbers of fortifications across the state in their own style and architecture. The Kosaris, the Dimasas, Sutias, Kusas, Ahoms were constructed hundreds of such fortifications. Norakakru Hills Fort in Guwahati, Arimotro Gor in Dorong district, Maibong Fort in Maibong are prominent example of fortification of Assam. Now I am going to describe about the Ahom fortifications. The Ahoms were great warrior. They have built numbers of fortifications across the state. Still, the fortification has been used as a roads, dam to prevent river flood in various places of Assam. The Ahom kingdom is renowned for its uniquely adopted fortification system. Unlike the stone citadels of many other regions, Ahom forts, Gor, were primarily made on locally available materials like compact earth, bamboos, and woods. Construction. Ramparts were built by piling and tamping of mud and clay on bamboo frameworks. These earthen walls were often many meters high and wide. Some were topped or faced with brick to strengthen them. Ahom defense work came in two main forms: land forts and river forts. Land forts built on the plains or hilltop, and river forts constructed directly on riverbank or sandbars or block enemy ships. By controlling riverine checkpoints, these Panigor forts help guard Assam's waterways and supply lines. Compared to contemporaneous forts in northeast India, stone, castle, and citadels, Ahom forts were impregnable in jungle terrain. The use of natural barriers like rivers, forests, hill, etc., and earthen ramparts blunted Mughal artillery. Ahom military also employed guerrilla tactics, using hidden earthen mounds and trenches in the jungle to ambush invaders. Together with forts, their naval fleet and disciplined pike made Assam one of the medieval India's toughest region to conquer. Gore system, earthen ramparts, massive linear earthen embankments, constructed using local soil, compacted for strength, often extended for several kilometers, function as physical and psychological defense barriers. SARA system, water defense, artificial or modified water channels, served as mode to slow enemy movement, integrated with natural drainage systems, often paired with gates and watch points. Strategic integration of Gor and Sara combined earth and water structures, created defense corridors around capitals, as for example, Gorgaon, Rangpur, protected key administrative and ceremonial zones. These are the examples of some Ahom fortified sites, Talatal Ghor and Kareng Ghor, Rangpur Palace. This place has been protected by a large brick built fortification. Gorgao Kareng Ghor or Gorgao Palace also fortified by brick boundary wall. The central administrative building and royal place of Ahom capital at Gorgao near present-day Shivsagar. This is Lasitgarh of Gorsuk, situated in Guwahati. This fort was built and later fortified during the time of famed Ahom general Lasit Borphukon to defend against Mughal invasion. Itakuli Fort. This is also a very prominent fort of Assam, located in present-day Hukreshwar Devaloi, a strategically important fort to protect Guwahati. It was captured of which by the Ahom was a significant military victory against the Mughals in 1667. Other military outposts. Various temporary or smaller forts, gors, were established along the Ahom kingdom's borders and river during conflicts such as those at Kajoli Sokki, Samdhora Gor, Mumaikata Gor, etc. to serve as a military base. Thank you.